Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show. As you can see, I have the fresh expert, Corinne Brown. How are you, Corinne?
I am great today. The sun is shining. There's no more rain, besides the pollen. I think we're doing good.
I agree. Yes. My daughter actually said that the pollen is starting to subside some because her eyes aren't as itchy. And we know this whole pollen season, some people are like, oh, it's the flowers, it's the birds chirping, it's the sun. And other people are like, itchy eyes.
I'm one of those.
So anyway, I'm really glad that you're here with us today and can't wait to hear what you have to share with us. We're quite excited. Listen, everyone, grab your virtual seats, get into the studio, start commenting. Let me know exactly where you're visiting in from today. Yesterday, we had people all the way from Hawaii right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Our guest was from Honolulu, Hawaii. So I never know who's here visiting in the Kim Jacobs Show studio until you type a comment and say, hey, Kim, I'm here and I'm all the way from wherever. Come on, speak to us and let us know where you're from. And be sure to participate because when the fresh expert comes on, we have to be involved. She's going to talk us through some things. She's going to tell us some quick meal tips. She has a lot planned for us today, so I can't wait. Welcome, Corinne Brown, and let's go ahead and kick today's episode off with our fresh expert, Corinne Brown. All right. Hi, I'm Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. Be sure to subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show right on YouTube. Turn on your notification bell to all so you never miss a beat. And guess what? Every time you watch, you're going to receive a real relevant and relatable guest that's going to share with you a piece of the puzzle on this journey called life that will help you be able to manage just a little bit smoother. At the end of the day, the Kim Jacobs Show goal is to be able to provide balance to the world, one household at a time.
Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
We're back with Corinne Brown, the fresh expert. We want to make sure we say the fresh expert because it's a big difference between a fresh expert and the fresh expert. She is the. All right, Corinne, tell us first of all how everything's been going with you this spring so far. Tell us a little bit about your family. What's going on with you?
Well, we're really excited. This Saturday is my youngest 10th birthday. So we're going all Among Us. She doesn't know yet, but I'm planning her like a birthday surprise. I've gotten my friend to custom make Among Us cutouts, and we're going to have the yard flocked with happy birthday, Keston. You can pay someone to do things in your yard, but no, I went and got them custom made and I'm keeping them so she can keep them. And we're going to have it all in the yard. So when she comes home on Friday from her dad's house, she's going to be like, what?
And how do you spell Keston's name?
Keston is Kestyn.
Okay, happy birthday, Keston. Happy birthday, Keston.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
We're so excited. We're so excited to celebrate with you as well. And from the Kim Jacobs Show, we're going to send your mom $25 to just be a blessing to you over there. It may not be a lot, but you can buy something that you might want over there. So remind me after the show, I'm going to give you a $25.
I love that.
Yes. Keston.
Oh gosh, I will make sure. I'll see if when the summer comes, she'll be able to come and pop on the show with me because that way she'll be out of school. And I know she loves it. She's all into theater and special effects makeup and stuff. Like she's a creative little booger. I think her and Jayla have a lot in common with just also the yard and the environment, which we'll be talking about later today too.
Oh, I'm so excited. Well, happy birthday, Keston. So excited to be able to celebrate with you today. And is there a picture of Keston on your Facebook page?
Probably somewhere, but I couldn't tell you.
That's okay. Shannon will find it. She's gifted at this, so she'll get it some kind of way. Her or Mackenzie. Okay. All right, everybody. So talk to us about what we're talking about today, Corinne.
Okay, well, because it's spring, I wanted to kind of jump in with some of the fresh ingredients from spring. So I'm going to show you a fruit salsa using your fresh strawberries that are local in season. I live in Fort Mill, South Carolina, and we have the Peach Stand here who has the freshest strawberries. So even if you're in Charlotte, come across the border and you're going to be able to get some like great strawberry ice cream or fresh strawberries from them. But check out your local farmer's market too. There's some really great ones there. I'm also going to share with you my absolute favorite, and that's what we're going to start with, is chocolate granola. I've been working on eating more plant-based lately in my diet and eating cleaner. So I started making my own granola. And this one is full of superfoods, and it's super yummy, and it's easy for anyone to make. You can even make it gluten-free. So if you need to make adjustments in your diet, you totally can, and you're going to love this. And we're going to end up out the show with a fun tip for gardening using banana peels. So I'm excited to show you.
Composting.
I know, I'm so excited for this. So if you're ready, we can go ahead with the granola.
Okay, so do you want me to pop the image up that you said, or?
Absolutely, if you want. This is loaded already on my Instagram and on my Facebook, The Fresh Expert. So go like those 2 pages because that way you might get a chance to extra drawing. In fact, I'm going to be doing a drawing at the end of this or telling you what I'll do. So you have to make sure that not only have you subscribed to
Move over some, Corinne.
Oh, wait, hold on, it's this way.
The other way.
Here we go. So you need to make sure that you subscribe not only to the Kim Jacobs Show, but make sure you are following me on both Facebook and Instagram. And I'm going to have a special giveaway that I'm going to do. So you need to do that first. So don't leave the channel yet. You want to stay here with us. That's why I'm going to give you extra time, okay? Because I don't want you to disappear.
Okay, so these are the ingredients for what you're going to be talking to us about now. It's
Absolutely.
right here. You can screenshot it and definitely go to @TheFreshExpert on Instagram and follow Corinne Brown right after this episode. And she constantly puts great tips on her Instagram and her Facebook page. And she has her weekly segments as well. So you want to follow @TheFreshExpert. And everything that Corinne does, it saves us time as moms, as busy women. And it's very user-friendly and quick. I've tried everything that she's talked about and it works. Okay, so go ahead, Corinne.
All right, well, let's get into it. So now that you have your ingredients, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our oatmeal. So it's 2 cups of oats. I like to use old-fashioned oats personally. Don't do the steel ground oats, okay? You want the fluffiness of the oats. Again, there is a gluten-free oat out there if you just want to make sure, because everyone's family has different allergies and needs different ingredients. So we're going to start off, just put the oats in the bowl. And I'm going to put this aside for a second because now we're going to have fun with the Power Chef.
Here we go. I love that.
One of my favorite ones. It's a food processor, but no electricity is needed. We're going to use this twice today. So if you don't have your Tupperware products yet, then you can pull out your Cuisinart if you want. If you do want these, go to my website, twcorinne.com. We'll get that put up there for you and let me know, and a percentage of that will go to Gabe's Heart. We're going to be getting a new link for them. Tupperware's changing their system next week. But if you go to my website this week, I'll make sure that Gabe's gets a portion of that back.
And what is the site again?
twcorinne.com. Here, let me type it real quick.
Yeah, no, you don't have to type it. They'll type it backstage.
Okay. Yep, CORINNE. So we're going to take the Power Chef. It's got 3 blades, which means every time we pull the cord, it's going to be like hand chopping 100 times. Now, what I'm putting in is 1 cup of raw pecans and 1 cup of raw cashews. If you do not like pecans and cashews, you could do almonds. You could do walnuts. If you don't like nuts at all, you can omit them. I just love nuts because they're just heart healthy. Different nuts actually affect different parts of your body. For example, cashews help with your mood, to put you in a happier mood. And walnuts can actually help with chemical imbalances in your brain. So nuts can actually nourish you from the inside out and help with a lot of different issues that you might have. So there's a whole bunch of research out there. Go check it out, and you can find out what nut you need. Okay.
Wow. Well, speaking of nuts, today is National Chocolate Covered Cashew Day. I found that out from Michelle, who sends me these tips. So National Chocolate Covered Cashew Days is today. So make sure you guys know that. If you didn't know that, I didn't know it. I'm not a real, nut person. I might be a nutty person, but I'm not a nut eating person. So National Chocolate Covered Cashew Day.
I love that. And in a sort of a way, we are making that today, and it wasn't even planned because we're doing chocolate granola with cashews.
Yeah.
I mean, look at us, right? Yeah, baby.
Only at the Fresh Expert can these kind of things happen by happenstance, right?
Right. We stay on point. Okay, so let's stay on point.
Right.
We got our cashews. We're also going to do a 1/2 cup of pitted dates. Now, if you've not used pitted dates before, I normally have never done dates. I'm like, what are those things? I think of Egyptians. But they're actually a natural sweetener that is good for you. I now put it in my smoothies to add natural sweetener to it. I mean, these are great. And I love them. Just try it. And if you hate it, don't do it again. But try it. Okay. So the date.
Have you tried it? You like it? Okay.
I love them.
Okay. Good.
No, I love them now. Like I use them all the time. And it's like, I didn't realize I was going to like it so much. All right, let me put it here so you guys can kind of see, because I like you seeing it in action. Can you see it there? Sort of kind of right about there. All right. Watch this. Isn't that great? Like it minces. Every time you pull, it's like hand chopping 100 times.
It is amazing, and it works so effectively. I love it.
Right? And I'm working for my food. But check that. I mean, it wasn't too long, and look at that. Like, isn't that fantastic?
Yes.
Now, if you want it to be finer, I like my dates a little bit finer. I would chop it a little bit more. But that way you guys can just get an idea of what you need to do for it. Now, the next thing we're going to grab is cacao powder. Cacao powder is like cocoa powder, but it's all natural. Okay, this is a superfood. And it has great benefits. In fact, fun tip, it was actually like a food of the gods, they said, in ancient Mayan times. And Aztec empires, they would actually sip it from golden cups as a decadent drink.
Oh wow. Okay.
Right? Get some royalty in with it. Oh, it's pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna put some of that. So we're gonna
Where do you come up with all of these different ingredients, Corinne? Because you come up with the best things. I don't know about cow powder.
Well, I'm really big into eating clean, and I'll tell you, recently I did a Your Super detox using Your Superfoods. I don't get commissions by sharing them. I love them, and I've loved all their superfood powders. In fact, I started this recipe because I use their chocolate lover superfood that has the chia seeds and mako and other Ayurvedic herbs, which are good from cleansing for the inside out. Because if you have like skin issues, a lot of times it's gut issues. A lot of times if you have indigestion, weight issues, a lot of times it's gut issues. So you need to cleanse out. And I've switched to an incredibly clean diet where I'm now dairy free as well. And it's just, I think it's made me happier, so it's, you got to do what's best for you. Now I miss certain things. Like I do eat cheese every now and then. I'll do goat milks more than the other. But you have to find what works for you. And just, there's a lot of great things out there with plant-based diets.
Yeah, actually, yesterday, was it yesterday or this week? I had Big Zoe Butler on. If you guys missed that episode, make sure you go back and check it out. Him and Stephanie, and they talked about sea moss. I hadn't really had any experience with sea moss. They're going to send me some, but I'm quite excited about it because they say, that's a plant-based type of thing, and it's sea moss. It helps with weight and with your skin and energy and everything. So I've had some great guests coming on since sharing some great tips.
Absolutely. And here's, I guess, the best tip that I can tell anybody, that probably everybody that has a plant-based diet or is looking to cleanse should know, is just read the label. Okay. Right. If your label has something you can't pronounce, you probably should not put it in your body. The US in general is the most obese country because we have so many processed foods and GMOs. Right. Now, I'm not a nutritionist, but I do know when you eat natural, when you eat clean, you're going to have a better result. So just look at the labels, see what's inside something. If it's got a lot of fillers, don't do it. Like I love protein powders, but I'm really big now of checking the label even on those. And I've switched to vegan, like pea proteins and stuff, just because all the other ones, there's so much stuff in there and you can't pronounce it, so it can sit on the shelf longer. And we don't need to put that in our bodies. So that's my little soapbox. Like, don't do it.
Well, I use my children. They use I shop online and through a club that I shop with, and they use theirs, and it's all naturals and it's incredible. So and it tastes good. It's Dutch chocolate. It tastes good, so they enjoy it. But okay, so keep it going. Tell us, and everyone, just so you know, that's typing, which I see all of your comments coming in. We're gonna have a flash round where we'll go and pull all of the comments in, give Corinne a chance to address those, and keep those comments coming, everybody. Okay, cool. Let me ask the question though. Where do you get those from? Where do you get that from? What is that? The Facebook user to ask what that is so we can address that for you when we do the flash round. Okay, go ahead, Corinne.
Yeah. All right. So then we're going to do, so I added the cacao powder in there. Then I'm going to do a tablespoon of chia seeds. Chia seeds is another superfood, high in protein, My youngest, Keston, she's obsessed with chia pudding, where you would just take the chia seeds, you put it in milk, and you add your sweetener, whether it's agave or here's my favorite new sweetener, monk fruit sweetener. It is the best sweetener substitute. You can get it classic, which is like a brown sugar as well.
Wow.
0 calories.
Does it have aspartame?
No, it's all natural. It's monk fruit extract.
Okay, I'm gonna try that because I cannot have aspartame. It just doesn't agree with me.
I mean, if you look at, like I told you, I did these different cleanses and stuff, and I actually looked in the Whole Life Challenge, and this is the only sweetener they recommend because, I mean, Splenda and Stevia, and a lot of them have like their alternatives, but they're not always the best sometimes. So this one is supposed to be like one of the best right now. This is the one I'm using. So this is my opinion and my view that I'm sharing with your studio audience.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate your views. And remember that the views expressed on the Kim Jacobs Show do not always reflect that of the show, but it just is great feedback from people. And I'm going to buy it too. I'm going to go get some myself.
Yeah, you can order it on Amazon too.
Oh.
Like, if you don't want to leave the house, even Walmart has it. Walmart doesn't have the golden version, but they have the regular version.
Okay.
If you go to Costco or Sam's, you can get the big bag of the gold.
Well, is there like a strong aftertaste? Because I see a comment coming in saying I don't like the taste.
No, there's no aftertaste. Like it literally is like a sugar. Like it just sweetens.
Okay. So she's saying actually she doesn't like to taste an aftertaste.
Oh yeah.
No. Okay. So you might like this then.
Neither do I. Right? I like it to taste good every stage.
Right.
Right. So here you go. So we've got all these mixed in. So just so you recap, we have our pecans. We have our cashews, we have our oats, we have our dates, we have our cacao powder, we have our chia seeds. Now we're going to put some cinnamon just because I love cinnamon and even cinnamon has great health benefits for you. Then we're going to take coconut oil. So this is unrefined virgin coconut oil and I've melted it using our micro cups. So we'll put those in there.
And we're going to pop these ingredients up again, everyone. Chocolate granola is what we're making using the silicone baking sheet from our The Fresh Expert Corinne Brown. These are the ingredients. She has them on her Instagram page as well at The Fresh Expert. So make sure when you're off the show, you go over and follow her. And she always gives great tips. And as far as while you're stirring, as you're stirring, I'll pull up some of the comments. I see you, Johanna. You said hello. Hello from Paula from Seattle, all the way from Seattle. June is all the way from Brooklyn, New York. Welcome. And someone asked the question, which I'll go ahead and tell you how. You can get the nut grinder from going to twcorinne.com, right?
Yep, it's the Power Chef.
Power Chef is what it's called.
It's called the Power Chef system. And it's on sale right now. You get the mama and the baby for only $69. It is Tupperware brand products, which means it's a lifetime warranty. So if it's your grandma's, if it's cracked brick, splits or peels, we'll replace it for you as long as it's under that lifetime warranty. This year we are celebrating 75 years, which I think is really cool. Like how many companies are around that long, right?
No. Let me ask a question, Corinne. How would the person specify that Gabe's Heart Foundation or the Kim Jacobs Show?
Just shoot me a message. Like you can either go to my website and message me because you can message me that way. When you follow me on social media, DM me and say, hey, I just placed my order to benefit Gabe's, and I will make sure. I'll see the orders that are placed on my website, and I should know. Okay. But just to make sure, follow me and DM me.
Yes, and guys, when she says Gabe's, it's in on. She does a percentage to Gabe's Heart Foundation, which is in honor of my son that passed away, Gabriel Michael Jacobs. We started a foundation in honor of him to keep his heart beating by doing it Gabe's way, random acts of kindness. So we go out into the community, and every single week we do random acts of kindness on behalf of Gabe's Heart Foundation. So Corinne will give a donation back from whatever you purchase through her twcorinne.com site. Okay, go ahead.
Awesome. So then I added the maple syrup last and I mix it all up. So do you see how beautiful that is?
Yeah.
Like simple and easy. Now I'm going to take my silicone baking sheet.
I love my silicone baking sheet and nothing sticks to that sheet, by the way. Nothing.
It's like parchment paper, but you can use it 3,000 times.
Yeah, I wash
Right.
it in the microwave and then I just use, and I purchase stuff from Corinne too, because again, I support Gabe's Heart Foundation. I actually support Gabe's Heart Foundation financially too. So I don't ask you guys to do something that I don't do. All right, let's see.
Now, just a note, if you don't like coconut, some people are allergic to coconut and you don't want to use the coconut oil.
Right.
You can use any oil. I would say maybe do like an avocado oil or a safflower oil. Stay away from the canola oils and the vegetable oils if possible.
Why?
Olive oil has too much of a bite.
Okay.
I wonder if you could do melted butter. I bet you
Why?
could.
Why are you saying stay away from certain oils? Explain that more.
Because there's extra, I forget all the reasonings, but there's just extra additives in a lot of those oils. And they show it's not always good, like the hydrogenized different things.
Well, I know my son, he's lost 91 pounds and he says there's some like good saturated fats. And I may not know the right wording either, because I'm definitely haven't lost 91 pounds, but I hear him talking about like, I'll use Pam, my spray, or avocado spray or something, because he says they're like better oils than other oils.
They are. Just like fats. You shouldn't have a fat-free diet. Just eat the right fats.
Right.
You don't have to do a sugar-free diet. Just eat the right sugars, like natural sweetness.
Right. Okay, I love it. And remember, today is National Chocolate Covered Cashew Day. Oh, look at that.
Okay. So now here's what you're going to do. You're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and you're going to cook it for about 25 to 30 minutes, and you're going to mix it up about halfway in between. Okay. So you're going to, like at 15 minutes, pull it out, mix it up, pull it out, mix it up. And then I have the finished product here because I'm going to show you what I do with it. Right. So I store it in my modular mate container. You want to store it in an airtight container. It'll last a few weeks. Tupperware modular mate containers are what I use to organize my pantry. But if you have a different type of airtight container that makes you happy, go for it. So we've got that. So here's what I do. Now, I told you I'm going dairy free, right? So normally what I would do in the morning is I would do non-fat Greek yogurt. It's high in protein. In fact, it has 17 grams of protein. So it gives you a good start to the morning. But I decided to take that out of my diet. So I've got like almond yogurt. Now, almond yogurt is still great. It has 6 grams of protein. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to mix in some Isopure. It is a whey protein isolate. And it's pretty much 0 calories, 0 carbs. Okay. And my light's giving me shadows. But isoprene. Or take your favorite protein powder. Okay. If you just want more protein, just take your protein powder and just mix it in with your yogurt. So I'll take it and I'll take a little bit and I'll mix it all in. So we have our yogurt at the bottom. Okay. Then you're going to take your granola. Where to put it? Right here. It's right in front of me. And we're going to do a nice little line with it because we eat with our eyes before we eat with our stomachs. Right, guys?
Right.
Now in here, I've gone ahead and washed and rinsed. This is our double colander. I like it because I can do 2 things at the same time, but they don't get mixed together if I want to keep them separate. So I've got some fresh raspberries because I love fresh raspberries, and I've got some fresh blueberries. So have all the different little things together. If you want a little extra crunch and a little extra something that I love, I like the cacao nibs. So cacao powder is like your cocoa powder, okay? And then cacao nibs is like your chocolate chips, but it's unsweetened.
Wow.
Okay, and I'll just a little bit of that on top. And this is my favorite breakfast using the chocolate granola. So yummy.
That looks so good.
Simple. Dairy-free, gluten-free.
Wait, hold that back up. I want to take a picture of it. I just think that is so beautiful. Hold on. Oh my gosh. That's great.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
And it's simple. And then you just dig right in. Like, I should start eating this. But I'm not going to yet. But
it'll be all like, yum, yum, yum. Do you ever put any drizzle or anything over it?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you need extra sweetener, I do recommend local honey. Local honey has incredible health benefits. I think I've shared before, my grandfather was a beekeeper. Right. And if you have local allergies, local honey will help combat that for you, because you think about it, a bee gets pollen to make honey, correct?
Right.
And if you're going to all the local flowers and plants and things that are around you, then those are in the honey.
Wow.
So as you're eating the honey, it gives you those nutrients, and there's a fancy word for it, but it helps you combat the allergies that you have. So Local
Wow.
honey, you can get them at your local health store. Harris Teeter even has a local section. So just make sure, like when you go to your grocery store, don't just get the cheapest honey. I know we want to because we want to save money. Don't get the wildflower. If you want to work on your allergies, get the local honey. You won't get it at Aldi's or Lidl. You do have to go to like Harris Teeter. I think Publix has a local section. Earth Fare definitely does. Or if there's some small like health boutiques like that you might have around. But you want to get the local honey. The farmer's market's the best place, actually.
Right.
I'm like,
Okay, this is
there's
good.
another place.
This is really great. Okay, so listen, you guys, we are having a great conversation right here with Corinne Brown at The Fresh Expert, is right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Her website is twcorinne.com. That was Pro Chef is the nut grinder that you saw. So make sure you get that. And that silicone mat, which is also amazing, which I love and I use. And bake your granola for about 25 to 30 minutes. And then you can chop it up and put it right in your vacuum sealed container that she has. And there you have it, Vanna. Somebody, the Vanna White of the Tupperware is right here on the Kim Jacobs Show, right? All right. So let's see some of the studio audience comments that came in. I want to make sure I get a chance to get them all in. I see you all. Oh, first of all, I just want to say a thank you too, because many times you all will see the scrolling thing down there where I ask you all to support the Kim Jacobs Show. I want to thank you, June, for being one of our online contributors. I appreciate it. And I appreciate the fact that one of the ways that she could contribute, we didn't even offer it. And so she asked, hey, can you set this up? And I set it up and she was able to contribute that way through Venmo. So thank you, June Griffith, for being in our studio audience. And thank you for being one of our online contributors to the Kim Jacobs Show. And recently, young lady named Karian, she became a Patreon member at patreon.com/The Kim Jacobs Show. And that gives you exclusive opportunity for back after party content that the regular show guests don't get a chance to see. So there are all ways to support the Kim Jacobs Show. And I appreciate all of you that are doing that and like to just sometimes mention you guys. I really appreciate it. Ashley Edwards, one of our guests, we have guests that come on. She supported the show this week as well through a financial online contribution. So I just want to say thank you. Again, remember today is National Chocolate Covered Cashew Day, especially with her having nuts in the ingredients, specifically cashews. I want to make sure you know that. And so thank you, Michelle, for keeping us updated about national holidays. Arnetta says, hello, beautiful ladies. Yes, that sounds delicious, she said.
It looks delicious.
It looks delicious. And yes, you can get that Pro Chef right at twcorinne.com. She says she loves the history that you're sharing as well. Gut issues are real.
They really are.
Yeah.
I mean, it can help with diabetes as well. Like there's so many things out there. From my friend had a wheat belly, as you called it. And so she had to get gluten out of her diet completely. And just the great thing about Tupperware is they give you the tools that you need to make sure that you can have that healthy lifestyle that you want.
Yes. And sea moss is good for your health. She says she has, Marie says she has some sea moss pills. And we can even put the link to the person, Fanny's. It's Fanny's Sea Moss, FANNIES Sea Moss on Facebook is the actual place where the guest that came on our show. Well, Big Zoe Butler, he's actually has a few championship belts. He has many knockouts, just signed with Don King, and him and his lovely girlfriend, Stephanie, were on our show talking about their new business venture, Fanny's Sea Moss. So if you missed that episode, check it out, but we will put their link in here for you to go and purchase some. All right, everybody. It says, Angela says she loves you, Corinne. And I see you backstage, attorney Kenneth D. Snow, popping into the studio. We're going to be transitioning to you in a few moments. Oh, speaking of which, everybody, let me let you know that we have attorney Kenneth D. Snow on in a few minutes. He's going to be on for about 15 minutes talking with us about the George Floyd verdict, everything that happened and the outcome of the trial. So we want to be able to get our questions answered. Make sure you tag some friends. You know, everybody want to know about this. So go ahead and tag your friends. And I'm going to give you 30 seconds to do that before we transition to attorney Kenneth D. Snow. Okay. Nuts. Thank you for the nuts and the information.
And I'll go comment on your link too for you and let you know the Power Chef Premium. I don't think I can tag images, but I'll be happy to personally comment to all the questions too.
Okay. And yes, Arnetta, according to what she said, that the monk sugar or whatever, it does not have an aftertaste. That's good. Yay. And she said, I need to try it then.
And let me know what you think.
Yes, Arnetta, make sure you're following her on her Instagram page at The Fresh Expert and tell her what you think of it. Love it, love it. Can I come by for some samples this afternoon? Show what you created again, Corinne.
Absolutely, Angela. I'll actually be in Rock Hill. Angela is one of my hostess with the mostesses. She actually got modular mates at an incredible discount for her pantry too. So
excellent. Okay. All right. Let's see. Put that up again on the screen. It's beautiful granola that you can have right there. And it was created right here on the Kim Jacobs Show by at The Fresh Expert, Corinne Brown. Okay, can I come by? Yes, yes. When they said we eat with our hearts. Aw.
in our eyes, absolutely, right?
And also add my collagen, organic
Yes,
honey.
mix your collagen in with your yogurt. That's the great thing with these bowls. Like if I have plant-based collagen, I'll mix in with it too. Mix it all into the yogurt, put all the stuff on top. It's like an edible smoothie that you can make for like 1/10 of the price if you went to one of those fresh juice bars or bowl places.
Excellent. Well, she said it looks amazing. Okay, looks delicious. Everybody chimed in. We got a lot of the comments in. Everyone, we've been talking with Corinne, our at The Fresh Expert right here on Kim Jacobs Show. Quite excited to have Corinne on. Corinne, I'm going to pop you backstage. And then right after our legal moment with attorney Kenneth D. Snow, then we're going to bring you back on, okay? So you can go ahead and gear up for part 2.
I know we're ready for more freshness, guys. So don't leave. Watch Kenneth and stay with me because we're going to do fruit salsa after.
All right, everyone. Now, let me tell you right now, and I'm going to pop attorney Kenneth D. Snow's information up. If we could pop his information into the back office, I'm going to share his commercial, and then we're going to transition directly to him. So the next person you see will be attorney Kenneth D. Snow. Many of you know that, and you can just stay here for 1 second, Corinne, with me, if you don't mind. So you get to be in your pose for a second. Okay. So many of you know, and I talk about this every day, that attorney Kenneth D. Snow is one of our sponsors here on the Kim Jacobs Show. I share with you that he's in the North Carolina and in the South Carolina area. So if you have some type of legal issues that you want to be able to run by his attorney firm, they're willing to give a consultation answer to one of your questions if you let them know that you heard about them or saw them on the Kim Jacobs Show. Their phone number is 704-358-0026. If you want to email at info@snowlegal.com. Again, info@snowlegal.com, and let him know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you his way. After this commercial break, we're going to be speaking with attorney Kenneth D. Snow for a legal moment with attorney Kenneth D. Snow. And we're talking about the George Floyd verdict. So please tag your friends right now.
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
All right, everybody. We are back with attorney Kenneth D. Snow with our own legal moment. How are you?
I am well, Kim. How are you?
I'm doing great. Listen, I was tagging a few of my political experts. I was like, I know they're going to want to be on. They'll be like, what? I want to chime in on this conversation. So talk to us, attorney, about, we know the jury trial. You can tell us from your own words versus me saying what's been happening. And I went live so that we could all be able to kind of see and hear the verdict together. But talk to us a little bit.
Well, I've been trying to keep up with the trials. Most of America has been trying to keep up with the trial. Obviously, the trial ended in a conviction yesterday after about 3 weeks of testimony and only 10 hours of deliberation. And that is relatively short for a case of this magnitude, where the jury had heard over 3 weeks of testimony, some 40-some witnesses, or close to 40 witnesses. So that was a short verdict. And at the moment when the jury came back, my friends sent me a text message, and I knew at that point, I was convinced at that point that he in fact was found guilty of all three charges,
Hmm.
uh, in which I think is a step towards justice. Like some have said, certainly a step towards justice, not necessarily justice, but certainly I'm happy for the Floyd family. And I think most of America, any human being that has any love of life, thought this was a just verdict.
Yes. Yes. I'm sure I don't know because I can't speak for everyone. I just know that there has to be some sense of relief for the family. And I watched the brother and family members talk about, and their attorney talk about just the feeling of gratefulness to be able to breathe again from their perspective. That was in their own words. And so I'm excited that they got the verdict that they got. And I think, again, all of us saw his life be taken right in front of us. So it's not like it's speculation. We could see it happening right there. So
You know,
what could
Kim,
lend for speculation?
I'm sorry.
I said, what would be room for speculation in that situation?
Well, it shouldn't be. And I tell you, this is a case, and I've been doing criminal defense work for a long time. This is a case typically that we wouldn't see in trial because he was on a videotape, and there are so many witnesses, and even police officers
Right.
thought the force was unreasonable, unnecessary. And in my family, have two brother-in-laws and a nephew that are in law enforcement. And certainly when I asked their opinion was the same. It was outrageous, the amount of force that they use in this case, and certainly unnecessary. And they thought from day one that he should be convicted of murder. In
Wow.
fact, he was. You know, the thing that concerns me in this country is why did it take that many witnesses and that many videotape to find him guilty of that? And the fact that he went to trial shows you the society that he lives in, from his point of view, a privileged society, which would allow him to kill a unarmed black man and felt that he could get away with it when it was videotaped. He has a right to certainly go to trial. I'm not denying that, but most defendants in this case would have taken a plea.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions, if you don't mind,
Certainly,
during our
please
legal
do.
moment. Chauvin invoked his Fifth Amendment right. What is the Fifth Amendment right? And was that the best approach, in your opinion, attorney?
Well, in this country, we have a right against self-incrimination. The Fifth Amendment allows us to be silent. We don't have to prove anything. As if you're a defendant in a case, you have a right to be silent. You don't have to testify in your case. The state has the burden of proof. So the Fifth Amendment allows defendants not to testify in their case. As to whether he made the right decision, well, you know, I think the jury wanted to hear from him, even though the jury, he has a right not to. And juries are certainly told that a defendant has a right not to testify in his case, and that you should not hold that against him. But in the real world, I think that people wanted to hear from him. The jury wanted to hear from him, and he didn't testify. Would that make a difference? No. But the defense team made a decision that he shouldn't testify in this case. And was that the right decision for him? Maybe, maybe not. But even if he had testified, I think it would have been a difficult decision, or difficult for the jury to find him not guilty in these cases. Because remember, the defense only, or the prosecution only, had to show that the excessive force was just a substantial cause of the death of George Floyd. Not all cause, or not even the majority, but only a substantial cause. And so it was a uphill case for the defense from day one.
Wow. We're talking right now with attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and he's talking about the George Floyd case. And I wanted to ask you another question. Medical witnesses have played an important role in this trial. Clearly, as we've watched it unfold, they've played a very important role. Dr. Martin Tobin, a Chicago doctor and breathing expert, was one of those that were highlighted and featured. Why are medical experts so important for this type of case, attorney?
Well, to be quite frank, I don't think in many cases you'd need so many experts, but in our history in this country, we realize it's very difficult to find a police officer guilty of murdering someone. And particularly, we know it's very difficult to find a white police officer guilty of murdering a black man or a black person in this country. So I think the state went over and beyond to make sure that the jury would have no excuse, would not be confused at all what the evidence showed. And by providing so many experts, that was a major challenge to the defense because, of course, defense could only,
Right.
they brought in a handful of experts, but they were no match for the credible and the number of witnesses or medical experts that the state provided.
Wow. Well, a question came in. I want to get that question answered. Mackenzie said, why do you think it took so long for them to make this decision?
Well, as I said in the beginning, a 10-hour verdict in a
Exactly.
case where it lasted 3 weeks or more. So it's actually not long. I've
Right.
had cases where, my clients were facing charges and the jury went out for several hours or several days and came back. And as a general rule, we think the longer the jury is out, the better it is for the defense. Although I've had a case where the jury was out 30 minutes and came back with an acquittal.
Wow. Wow. Okay. That's good to know. And now I know many of you that are watching right now, you'll start watch parties with your friends, your families, you'll replay, and make sure that if you have a question, still go ahead and type it in because maybe Attorney Kenneth D. Snow will be able to go back in and look at these questions and possibly answer them, or we can at least screenshot them and get them over to his office and provide you with some type of answer. But today we're talking with Attorney Kenneth D. Snow, who's right in the Charlotte and also in the South Carolina area. So North Carolina and South Carolina area. If you're having legal questions, you can definitely reach out to his practice and let him know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you. It's an honor and a privilege when you come here on the Kim Jacobs Show. I really appreciate it. And you always provide such in-depth knowledge. 704-358-0026, or you can visit and email them at info@snowlegal.com. You can visit snowlegal.com to learn more as well. Okay, let's go to another question. Let's talk about reasonable doubt. While the prosecution argued that Floyd died due to police restraints used during his arrest, the police countered that Floyd's heart disease and drug use played a role in the death. So there's also mention of potential carbon monoxide poisoning from the tailpipe of the vehicle and the nearby police car and all of that. So as a successful, very successful defense lawyer and trial attorney, can you help us understand how the burden of proof even works? Please help us there.
Well, again, in this country and in our system of justice, the prosecution or the state or the government has the burden of proof. The defense has nothing to prove. In fact, as a defense lawyer, I don't have to say a word to the jury. My client doesn't have to testify. The state has all the burden, and they must prove someone's guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, which is a high burden, the highest burden. And if the jury has a doubt, a reasonable doubt about someone's guilt, then they should find that person not guilty of the offense. And that is true for everyone. That is true for everyone. Now, we know that there's some biases against people. And certainly we know in this country, there's some biases against people of color. But we ask the jury to find people that if they cannot find that a person is guilty beyond all reasonable doubt, then they should not find that person guilty. In this particular case, though, again, the defense attorney, the defense had an uphill battle when looking at all the evidence. I would imagine the defense attorney had an opportunity, and certainly I would imagine that the defense attorney advised his client at some point to consider a plea. But the client is certainly entitled to his opinion and certainly entitled to plead not guilty and go to trial. But we have to respect the jury's decision when they find beyond all reasonable doubt that a person is guilty of that offense. And so in this particular case, the jury did its due diligence, went out for 10 hours, looked at all the evidence, I believe, and made the right decision.
Wow. Okay. Well, I just have one more main question and then we're going to start transitioning back. But one thing is like a dozen current and former members of law enforcement testified for the prosecution that Chauvin definitely violated many, like numerous, plethora, abundance of use of force, restraints and issues and ethics policies and the training that he was given while detaining Floyd. Do you think that this will be as damaging for the defense as it seems? Well, it was because I mean, obviously the outcome was that he was found guilty on all three counts. So,
Well, I think that this sends a message because remember, Kim, there are three other co-defendants that have not
that's
been
still
tried yet. And I can imagine, I don't know for sure, but that when I woke up this morning, I thought I heard the noise and it was a strange noise. But what it sounded like to me, the defense attorneys running to the prosecutor's office trying to get a deal for their client. Because
right because I saw it just
message that that Chauvin was found guilty of the same offense that they are being charged with. And I don't know if the state is going to try to indict them on more serious charges, but I would believe the law would allow the prosecution to even go back to the grand jury and try to indict those other co-defendants on more serious charges. Because remember, they weren't charged with the charges as serious as Chauvin was. But I think there's a chance that that could happen. Will it happen? I don't know. But if I were defense counsel in this case, I would certainly be calling the prosecutor, trying to get the best plea offer I could for my client at this point.
Wow. Wow. That's good. Good. Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, somebody needs to start. I'm not an attorney or anything. And again, the views that I'm expressing is just Kim, the attorney Kenneth.
You have common sense.
But I just say I would start trying to cop some kind of plea because that right there is not going to bode well for the rest of the other three that are now having to go through their trials. But this is a historic trial. Literally, this is a historic moment in our society where we see the outcome that was favorable for the Floyd family. Yes. Any final comments that you have? Because I want to make sure I give you a chance to close out. And if anybody had any other questions, make sure you type those and we'll get those answered at some point, whether it's right now or later. But go ahead, attorney.
Well, I'd like to say, certainly I am happy with the verdict, even though I'm a defense lawyer. This case really it called for some form of justice, and I think we were outraged as Americans to see that an officer, and I don't think that particular officer represented all the other fine officers out there who do a good job on a daily basis. But I think there was a message had to be sent that this kind of behavior isn't tolerated at all, and shouldn't be tolerated in our country. And so we demand justice, and we want everyone to be treated fairly. And so every person that loves humanity, that has a love of human beings, would know that that was the kind of improper behavior we didn't. We cannot justify. So keep in mind that I'm always here for you. If you want to call my office, again, my number is 704-358-0026. I am here. And not only do we do criminal law here at my office, we have a number of cases we do personal injury as well, catastrophic injury, tractor trailer accidents. So if you have any form of a car accident that has happened, please call us if you need some advice. Again, I don't charge there's no fee to ask for consultation.
That's incredible in itself, because you can barely get an office to do a consultation with no fee. So you can't get even coaches and consultants to do a conversation without a fee. So if you reach out to attorney Kenneth D. Snow, let him know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you his way, and he's going to treat you really kind. Okay. 704-358-0026, 704-358-0026. Attorney Kenneth D. Snow, it's a pleasure to always have you here when you stop by with your legal moment. Thank you.
Kim, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you all for being a part of today's discussion with our attorney, Kenneth D. Snow. We're going to transition back to our Corinne Brown at the Fresh Expert during our regularly scheduled programming here right after this commercial break. So everybody sit tight. Don't pop off the screen yet. Right during the commercial break, attorney, you can get dismissed to carry on with the rest of your business and your cases. But let me take a moment to introduce you right now to Samantha Benson, one of our additional episode sponsors.
Hi, my name is Samantha Benson, and I'm with Get Insured Solutions. You can get life insurance anywhere across the country, but with Get Insured Solutions, we have an advocacy program that helps families at the worst time of their lives with the loss of their loved ones. That means we have a funeral advocacy program that helps your family with funeral merchandise, negotiating the cost of your funeral expenses, and living benefits. Get Insured Solutions, LLC. Contact me, Samantha Benson.
All right, everyone, we are back with Corinne Brown at The Fresh Expert. So, Corinne, thank you so much for participating. We have our legal moments that come in periodically, and today was obviously an important day for a legal moment with attorney Kenneth D. Snow. So we're back right now with Corinne Brown at The Fresh Expert. On all social media outlets is where you can follow her. Tell us what's next, Corinne.
Okay, what's next? Oh my gosh, I forgot to plug my computer in. Hopefully we don't have any issues. What's next is we're gonna make some fresh fruit salsa. So we're gonna use the Power Chef again, and we're gonna take 1 apple, okay? You can use a Granny Smith apple. Personally, I like Gala apples, and we gotta throw those right in here, and we're just gonna give it a good little pull.
Is that in the Pro Chef still?
Huh?
That's still in the Pro Chef?
That's the Power Chef. So Power Chef Premium, Power Chef system. Power Chef.
Wow.
Right there. This is fantastic. Now,
I have that. But I have it in red.
Yeah. So I had this one's 10 years old.
Okay.
Couple will last. I have 4 of these in my house. I use them so often.
Okay.
So the one I used earlier was red. It's in the dishwasher now. This one is blue. So we've got this one for you. Now, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to peel a kiwi. So you cut both ends from front to back. Take your spoon, stick it right through, and you're just gonna kind of twist it around like this.
Oh.
Have you ever done this before? And then your skin literally comes right off.
Oh, who knows that kind of stuff except for you, Corinne? No, I've never done that. Have any of you ever peeled your kiwi that way? Put a one in the comments if you have, and a 2 if you've never done that before, please. Because I have to put a 1. I've never done that. Peeled my kiwi. 1, 2. No, I never did that.
So, all right, 2 kiwi are going to go in here. Then we're going to take our seasonal strawberries, a pint of seasonal strawberries, and throw them in here. So again, Granny Smith apple, if you like Granny Smith. I used a Gala apple because that's just the ones I like and what I have on hand. And we're going to put this over here, and we're going to blend it up.
My mom said she never did that before. She said no. She said, "Hey, Corinne," she said, "I've never peeled my kiwi that way."
Your mom is the best. And look how pretty it is. Can you see how pretty this is?
No.
Now, if you want some extra sweetener, you can add some apple butter to it or add some brown sugar. I like it how it is. Maybe you want to add a little extra cinnamon, but it's simple. It's easy. It's fresh salsa. Serve it on top of your yogurt. Put it on top of some sorbet. Maybe you want to have it with your granola. Have some graham crackers or gluten-free. Look.
Oh my gosh, smile.
How
This
easy
is great.
that, right?
Smile. I love that.
It's so good and so simple and so amazing. So,
Oh my goodness.
such a great recipe that you can have. All right, now I'm worried my computer's going to die, so I'm going to jump right in and tell you about the banana peels. Okay, so that recipe you can do, right?
Yes.
Simple, easy. Go get to the farmer's market, get your fresh produce, get your fresh fruit, do these recipes. It's a game changer for you, okay? But how many of you guys have issues with your bananas lasting on your countertops? Right? Would you like your bananas to stay yellow for a week?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. Okay, here's
Well,
what
let
you
me find out, because I know your computer's about to die, but I at least like to get their participation.
Yeah,
Do you
well,
want
I'll
your-
look on my cord. If anyone has any questions, tell me. This will be
Oh,
for
you know
the
what?
next-
I'll give you a second to go get your cord right quick.
Okay,
So
well,
everybody, let me go ahead. You go. Everyone, let me just give you a quick opportunity to learn about something that I'm offering. I offer a 4 and an 8-week masterclass for those that are interested in starting your own show from scratch, but you don't know how to do that. You can go through the 4 or the 8-week training of our masterclass to learn the details of how to start your own show from scratch. I have lots of clients that have taken advantage of this opportunity, and those that are not interested in starting their own show but would like to just improve your presentation skills, you can also join in on that. And it's KimJacobsConsulting.com. Here's how you can learn more. Hey everyone, I'm Kim Jacobs, and I'm so excited to go on this journey with you. You and I are going to have a great time as you go through this course on how to create your own online show from scratch. Everything that you need to know from A to Z, everything that I know anyway, I'm going to pour it into you. We're going to have a great time talking about what should your show even be called? Who's going to be your guest? How do you identify your target audience? How do you be able to get your studio audience engaged? What type of lighting should you use? All kinds of things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the different platforms that you should use. We're going on this journey together. So go ahead and grab your virtual seats and let's get ready to rock and roll and have a great experience as you learn how to create your own online show from scratch. All right, everyone, we are back, and Corinne has her computer charger on and locked and loaded. Carry on with the banana peel.
I don't have my handy helper today.
I know. We're used to the hand appearing out of the blue.
I know. He's with his kids today, and that's an important thing, right? That's the great thing about being self-employed is when your kids have something need to be taken care of, you stop what you do and you take care of it.
That's right.
But I'm really excited about this next one. Okay, so the fruit salsa, as I mentioned, simple and easy. I know we shared it, but just in case you missed it, it's literally 1 apple, 2 kiwi, and a pint of strawberries.
Okay, 1 apple, 2 kiwi, 1 pint of strawberries. Perfect.
So easy. Put some cinnamon in it if you want for a little extra twist. If you want extra sweetener, use that monk fruit sweetener we talked about. Or you can put a little agave, but I don't think it needs it. I mean, especially in season, strawberries are so ripe and just amazing right now.
Yes.
You're good. So my last tip, this is the one I'm really excited about, is bananas. So you guys have heard me talk about Fridge Smart before, okay? This is for your produce. No more UFOs in your fridge, all right? You know, your fridge is like a black hole. Everything gets sucked out to become UFOs, unidentified fridge objects.
Right.
You're not going to have that anymore. You will be fridge fresh when you have the Fridge Smart, because they're an atmosphere controlled environment for your produce. Like these berries have been in my fridge for over a week.
Wow. So you're recommending okay, this is very important because even though I have all of these containers, which this means that I'm not doing it right, because what I can do is take them out of the container that they come in. I wash them or don't wash them?
Don't wash them, naked and dirty. I know that sounds dirty, but naked and dirty. You want it natural.
Take a clean show like this today, talking about fruit and granola and turn it to naked and dirty.
Still PG. It's where your mind is, okay? Not what I'm saying. So no. But you take it natural, because when you wash it, not only are you taking away the natural preservatives that are keeping it fresh, but you're also adding excess moisture. The number one reason your produce goes bad is because of extra moisture. And berries, because their seeds are on the outside, they pull in so much moisture, which is why they go nasty, like in a day. So the grocery store says, 1 to 2 days, and it's growing and dead and dying the next day. That's not going to happen when you have these, okay?
So, but you do wash them before you eat
I eat them, yes. That's why I had the double colander earlier,
okay,
which I love. Or put it in you can wash them in a vinegar bath, just like 1 tablespoon of white vinegar with like 4 cups of water. Put your strawberries and stuff in it to get all the stuff off right before you eat it.
Okay, this is good.
Okay. Now, the thing is, it says on the side what you shouldn't put in there. Okay. So it shows bananas should not go in the fridge, and bananas should not go in the fridge, but that doesn't mean bananas shouldn't go in your Fridge Smart. So this is why this is just so great is you seal this up, put it as an open breather, but these have been on my countertop now for 4 days. Okay. I had some that lasted well over a week.
Wow.
Do you see how it looks like I just bought them?
Yeah, they're still like not even fully ripe.
So, I mean, it will keep them. Now, what you'll do is every few days, you take your microfiber towel, you'll wipe out the condensation on the inside, but it'll last over a week. I had shared this on my page, The Fresh Expert. If you haven't followed, there's a before and after of one that I left on the countertop. as well as ones in the Fridge Smart. I mean, this is a game changer if you don't have these. I love bananas. I love making banana bread. Once they get dark and spotty, they're actually sweeter and they're perfect for banana bread. But some people don't like that. You like them like right. So that's tip number 1. Okay?
That's good.
Now this one's what Jayla's gonna love. Okay. This is tip number 2. Make banana peel tea. So I love my cold brew carafe. I use it for tea. I use it for coffee. You can do sangria and you pull the fruit out because you have the little colander insert, which is fantastic. You can make your own oat milk. Okay. We'll talk about that one on another show.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Everybody's going to want to know how to make oat milk.
We'll show you how to make your own oat milk on the next show. But you take your banana peel and put it in here with water and you let it sit like 1 to 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
The water is going to turn like a tea color. Okay. Then you're going to take your banana peels and you're going to chop it up and put it in your soil with where your garden, your veggie garden.
Yeah.
Because peppers and tomatoes love banana peels. They're low in nitrogen, but give the nutrients that you want. So you're going to want to bury those in there. And then you're going to take your tea, the banana peel tea. And number 1, you could drink it if you wanted to. It actually helps promote sleep. It's good for your eyes and for skin health. But take it and use it as a fertilizer to fertilize your flowers as well as your other plants. So
hold that up. I can take a picture so I can show Jayla. Wait a minute. She may not watch the whole episode, but I'm going to have this. Wait a minute. So, wow. Okay.
Now, if you don't have Tupperware, put it in a jar. But
so
just
you
think
just
about
take
this.
the banana peels, put the peels in a jar of water, let it sit for how many days?
Like 1 to 2 days.
1 to 2 days.
Nice color.
Then you take the liquid and actually use that as if you're watering your vegetable garden, and then take the peels, and she automatically does that. So she puts the peels into the soil and it biodegrades or something, whatever. I'm not.
So she's taking what she already is doing to a step further. It's all about sustainability, being eco-friendly. You're not putting chemicals in your food. And it's just a great way for that natural cycle of life, right?
Right. I put Courtney. He's another expert, but it's okay. I put Courtney too. But we're talking right now today to Corinne Brown at The Fresh Expert on all social media outlets. Make sure you put The Fresh Expert because you want to follow the right expert here, which is Corinne Brown. Make sure you follow her on all of her social media pages. Instagram is where you're going to find that chocolate granola that she talked about today. Yeah. And also, I want to make sure that I say too, today is Happy Administrative Assistance Day. So I definitely want to say thank you. Let me put myself over here for a second. I just want to say thank you so much to all of the administrators that help with the Kim Jacobs Show. So grateful for you all. I could not do the show without you all. So I do want to just make sure I say that today as well. I found that out from Michelle. And again, today is happy birthday, Keston, which is Corinne's youngest daughter. And the Kim Jacobs Show will be sending something over to Corinne Brown for her. And I'm just excited to have you on today's episode, Corinne. Any closing comments?
Well, if you've loved these products, definitely go to twcorinne.com. And if you want to get them for free, May is Tupperware's birthday month. We're celebrating 75 years in the business and we're having bonus host rewards. So message me, say, Corinne, I want it for free. Treat me special, spoil me rotten, and I will give you a bonus gift when you mention the Kim Jacobs Show. Oh. Also, if you've liked my social media and you've already followed Kim, message me. And I'll put you in a special drawing for one of my favorite microfiber towels because we're all about being the solution to the pollution, and it starts with you.
Wow. You can't say it any better than you've said it, Corinne. I am super excited. Let's put this up again. It's twcorinne.com. That's twcorinne.com. That's twcorinne.com. Make sure you guys go and purchase some of these items that she's been on graciously sharing with us some fantastic fresh tip expert advice today. And let's get that in the screen one more time. All of these goodies that you've prepared today. Wait a minute.
So yummy and so simple.
Happy National Administrative Assistant Day. Wait a minute. I'm going to take that off so I can get a full shot of what you have for today. I have all kind of comments over here, which is good. That's a good thing. I love the comments coming in, everybody. But it's a banner. That's why. Let me see. move that off. Let me take a picture. Boop, 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 boop. I'm
There you go.
excited. Yes, Corinne, that's awesome.
Yummy.
Awesome. Let's see. Some more comments came in. We're going to go ready to end today's episode, but I do want to go ahead and see what Arnetta said. I have never heard of putting banana peels in water. Great tip. Oh my goodness, I am following you, Corinne.
Yay.
Happy birthday, Keston. All right. All right. And by all means, if you want to also send Keston a little something, feel free to inbox Corinne over there. Tell her, hey, I saw you on the Kim Jacobs show and I want to send your baby something too. Okay, so go inbox her and let her know and you can send something her way. Let's see. Jayla's going to love that tip with the water and the bananas.
Right?
Yes. Lotus Roche says, wow, what another great show. Lotus Roche, meet Corinne Brown. Corinne Brown is our At the Fresh expert, but Lotus is a foodie. So she's been in Japan. She's traveled the country. She's going to love you, Corinne. So you two connect. And all of the, when you see the different, well, once you're going to see it at the very end specifically too, but all of my professional imagery and things that you get to see from a video perspective, is Lotus Roche that's doing that. So when it says, hey, the Kim Jacobs show intro, her and her team put that together. The outro that you're going to see, they put that together. So connect to Lotus Roche and let her know that the Kim Jacobs show sent you her way. And then I have members on my team that does our flyers and does some video flyers for the attorney segments and video flyers that you'll see for the 8-week masterclass. So those are things that you see from some of my own teammates as well. But Lotus Roche, you rock, girl, you rock. Okay, thank you, Kim Jacobs, for being such an inspiration. I love your show. Arnetta, tell everybody you know to subscribe to the Kim Jacobs show and to support the Kim Jacobs show. It can't be on. Corinne, say something. You over in the big bubble. I say it all the time. Tell some people.
Well, I mean, it's such a great show. I mean, you want to support it because it's always good to support local as well. And we want to know people that relate to us on a local level as well as a national, because Kim relates to everybody. And that's the great thing about it. So you want to be on the show, not only to watch the show, to support the show, because we're making a difference, you know, doing it Gabe's way.
Yay. And my mom said, happy birthday, Keston. Okay, everybody, we're going to get off this show at this point. I think that we've said everything we can within this hour. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Now, what's tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow we have Father of 7 is going to be on. He's going to be talking about telling all. He said, I'm going to tell all from a fatherhood perspective. You don't want to miss tomorrow's episode. And then Friday, we have our experts for Freestyle Friday. And then y'all know we're going to have Sean Hall on and Sean Braxton on talking from a political perspective. And we have Courtney on he's going to have to get us all mentally worked up from an exercise perspective so we don't, get too worked up from the politics. So Friday is Freestyle Friday here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Be sure to tune in at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Corinne.
Thank you so much.
At the Fresh Expert, you are amazing. I appreciate you. And here's a closeout of my show. And this is from Lotus Roche. She did this. Okay. Here you go, everybody. See you tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of the Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show.